Before creating one of the most popular manga in the world, that being My Hero Academia, back in 2014, Horikoshi had released a one-shot back in the 2008 winter issue of Akumaru Jump called My Hero. This one-shot has a lot of similarities to the main series and is the foundation that My Hero Academia was built upon. Without it, it's safe to say there would probably be no My Hero Academia today. So for today's video, I will be going over the My Hero one-shot, seeing what ideas from the one-shot transferred over to the main series, and going over a little bit of the history around how My Hero Academia came to be. So before I summarize the majority of the one-shot, I suggest you guys go and read the one-shot for yourselves, since I will be covering a lot of the big details that happen in the one-shot. Plus, it's a pretty good read, so I suggest you guys go and read it for yourselves. But with that said, I will be summarizing and breaking down the majority of the My Hero one-shot. So the one-shot starts off by introducing us to Jack Midoriya, a sickly salaryman that works at a hero item company called the Akahashi Hero Support Corporation. Jack dreams of being a hero, but he can't because he's anemic. The main reason Jack works at the Hero Support Corporation, though, was to use the hero items to make a costume so he could go out and be a hero himself. His costume is based on the pro hero Positive, who once had helped Jack when he was lost as a kid. After his encounter with Positive, it inspired Jack to become a hero. Since Jack isn't a licensed hero, he is just basically going around doing vigilante work, breaking the law. So while being a vigilante, Jack runs into an aberrant. And aberrants in the My Hero one-shot are monsters. The aberrants seem to be just random monsters that come out and start attacking the public. In the one-shot, it's mentioned a couple of times that there are aberrant forecasts, which it seems the news can predict when and where an aberrant will show up throughout the day. So when Jack runs into the aberrant, he gets slapped up a bit, and as he pulls out his weapon to try and defeat the aberrant is then shot in the head by the up and coming pro hero Snipe. We find out very quickly that Snipe is afraid of aberrants, since when the aberrant's foot twitches, he jumps back. Then Snipes figures out that Jack's hero costume is meant to resemble Positive's hero costume. He then says that there is no hero more pitiable than Positive. After that, he leaves, and Jack is pretty confused and angry that Snipe would say something like that about Positive. We then find out that Positive's whereabouts are unknown, and that he could have suffered a fatal blow from an aberrant and possibly be dead, or he could just simply be retired. Jack's boss, Director Akahashi, introduces a new super item called the Bagoma Knuckles, and Jack is supposed to go out and try and sell this new device. Jack goes out and tries to make a sale, but he hears screaming. Jack assumes it's an aberrant and suits up, also equipping the new Bagoma Knuckles. He then sees that all the commotion was just people surrounding Snipe and him being interviewed. Soon after, an aberrant was said to have appeared, and Snipe and Jack head to that location as fast as possible. Snipe then has his sights on the aberrant, but as he was about to go for the shot, Jack ends up tackling the aberrant and letting the aberrant escape. Jack goes chasing after it, but then is almost eaten alive by that aberrant. But Jack is saved by Snipe. Akahashi witnessed what had just happened, and she picks up Jack, carrying him to a nearby bench where they talk about Jack using the company's items to become a hero. Jack confesses to Akahashi in what is probably the saddest moment of the whole one-shot, where he then starts crying about why can't he become a hero too. He then learns from Akahashi that he doesn't need to be in heroics to become a hero, and that people become heroes by saving those who are in trouble, since he has been saving her and the company from going out of business. Their conversation was then interrupted by a loud explosion in the city. Jack and Akahashi go and check it out to find out that the aberrant that was shot was still alive and had grown huge, and the aberrant also captured Snipe. Jack then heads up a building to try and help out Snipe. As this happens, a fan letter falls from Snipe's pocket, and then we find out that Snipe is actually positive. Even Jack figured out he was positive when he was saved by him earlier. Jack then saves Positive and hands over the Bagelma Knuckles. Positive gets over his fear of aberrants and punches the aberrant with the knuckle device, blowing a hole through the aberrant, defeating it. Afterwards, Positive tells Jack about his traumatic experience with an aberrant in the past that made him hate and stop being positive, and also that Jack is his hero. Now that is the end of the My Hero one-shot. When reading the one-shot, you can really see how many elements of the one-shot Horikoshi transferred over into the My Hero Academia series. To start off, Jack Midoriya turns into Izuku Midoriya and is a high schooler instead of a salaryman like Jack. The sickliness of Jack is given to All Might in his weakened form. The idea of hero support items and companies are also shown in My Hero Academia. Snipe's character design and name was basically just copy and pasted over to the My Hero Academia character Snipe, given some minor changes. And I mean very minor changes. Even the tiny detail of Jack not having his tie fully tied is implemented into Deku's character as well. There are even scenes in the one-shot that are very similar to scenes in My Hero Academia. The moment when Jack is introduced is very similar to how Deku was introduced in the manga, with having both of them burst out of a crowd witnessing an attack. The moment when Snipe/Positive blows a hole in the aberrant looks very similar to when Deku punches the level 4 bot in the entrance exam. This one might be a stretch, but the moment when Positive says that Jack is his hero looks kind of similar to when All Might first tells Deku that he can become a hero. You can really see how much of My Hero Academia was built around the My Hero one-shot. Let's now look at an interview that Horikoshi had that really shows you the history behind the making of My Hero Academia. In Horikoshi's pre-anime interview, he was asked what were the circumstances that gave birth to My Hero Academia. Horikoshi's response was, "My second series was axed really quickly after a short time of serialization, and I was pretty depressed about things. I didn't have the energy left to create new things in the manga medium, but I still needed to come up with one fast. So I decided to add happy things and happy events that I had drawn in my previous works into this new series. Before, I was really happy drawing the one-shot My Hero, so I wanted to make that the foundation and create something new from it. My new series and My Hero is the same, so I decided to add a lot of the elements that have appeared in my previous works into it as well. From a certain point of view, this series is actually the accumulation of all my works from when I first started drawing. It's very clear that the My Hero one-shot holds a very special place in Horikoshi's heart. When the one-shot was re-released in Shonen Jump Plus back in 2018, Horikoshi wrote, "Now then, the following is one of my one-shots. It came out in the 2008 winter issue of Akamaru Jump, and it's called My Hero. Since the main character is a salaryman, it's not terribly suited to a shonen magazine. However, this one-shot is, to me, my foremost masterpiece. If I can brag, this was my peak. If I ever get the chance, I want to draw it all again." That's how emotionally attached I am to it. The feel and art style are both quite different from Umaga Dokizu, but please, have a read. After some polishing, My Hero Academia was approved for serialization upon its first review, with its first chapter releasing July 7th, 2014 in Weekly Shonen Jump. The My Hero one-shot held a very important role when it came to the making of My Hero Academia, and without it we probably wouldn't have this amazing series that not only I, but many of you guys watching this video love so much. Thank you Horikoshi for not giving up on your dreams and for creating such an amazing series. That is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys learned something new when it came to the history on how My Hero Academia was created. Tell me your thoughts about the My Hero one-shot as well as how much you guys love My Hero Academia in the comment section below. I do plan on doing more of these behind the scenes type of videos, so if you enjoyed it, remember to Detroit smash that like button below and share this video with your friends. If you like My Hero Academia content and want more, then be sure to subscribe to the channel to join the Showbob's Hero Academia to become my hero. You can also follow me on Twitter at Showbobs5 and we can talk about My Hero and anime all day long. With that said, stay plus ultra, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.